Okay, so there's all this talk in the news about needing to increase STEM visas, these skilled visas for science and technology and mathematics students or workers. Well, increasing immigration for STEM workers, allowing more immigrants, this is completely backwards. Immigration is the reason we have a shortage of STEM workers. And let me explain why. The companies that are experiencing the shortage many times are those companies on the West Coast. The West Coast, California, everybody knows, or they should know if they don't, we are up to 14.5 million Mexican people added, mostly from illegal immigration. California's population went from 19 million, and just like 30 years later, it's 38 million. This causes massive overcrowding, super expensive houses due to all this population. Everybody's squeezed into less space, and of course, California's king of legal immigration too. So here's the point. Think about this. Who wants to relocate to California for a technology job when literally in the Silicon Valley area it is $900,000 to $1 million for a starter home? The rest of the country is not paying $900,000 or $1 million. That's not attracting people. This is why there is a shortage of technology workers in California. Even if you pay an extra 30 or 40 grand, which they do, it is not enough. I mean, I invite you to look up the area. Look up some of the surrounding suburbs. A mess. Horrible schools, crummy public schools. Who wants to relocate here? And I can tell you, in the early 1990s, I knew people that were leaving San Francisco at that time who said they were leaving because it was depressing and everybody was struggling to make ends meet and they were tired of it. They'd much rather go to a place like Texas or Kansas or pretty much anywhere where less money buys them a nice house, a nice school. You don't have all these tons of illegal immigrants plus horrible schools. And I'm telling you, go to Realtor.com if you don't believe me. Look up Santa Clara. It's a joke when you see how much these houses cost. It is a complete joke. So that is the first thing. Immigration is actually the cause of the shortage. Nobody wants to move in to these highly populated areas ruined by immigration that cost a fortune. Number two, the companies today no longer want to invest in their employees. They don't want to send them to school. That's what they used to do when I got into IT. I'm a technology worker. The company sends you to a training school, Java training, IBM training, whatever. Today, do they recruit? No. Where's the whole recruiting industry that used to be there the first half of my career? It's gone. Totally gone. Why? Because all the companies do today, do they pay a recruiter? No. Do they try to relocate you? No. Pick up the phone, call a global sourcing company who sends in foreign cheap labor. And I can tell you from being in IT, when you get to know these nice people, and they're nice people, you find out they're being exploited. The company that's brought them in, they're coming in as cheap labor. It's wrong. It's totally wrong. So here's the conclusion. You want to increase immigration because we have a STEM shortage? Immigration is why you have a shortage. There's greed on the part of some of these companies. There is a lack of desire to move to these undesirable areas. So I guess it makes sense. The illegal immigrants are taking away the blue-collar jobs. The Chinese are taking the factory jobs away. And now I guess it's time for our government to take away our technology jobs, too, for cheaper labor. It's totally wrong. Do not support increasing visas for anything, including STEM. And I can tell you one more thing. As a technology person, as a technology worker, our opportunities are dried up. So all these demand for jobs that are supposedly out there, I don't know where they are, because they're not for me. They're not for anybody else I know. This sure isn't like the 90s when we had all kinds of jobs. Do not believe the word of a few greedy companies. All this unemployment is real. Do not support increased visas. Thank you.